combine 8, 3, rolls elevated value. I get copied into B, matched up in the order, wrote them in the calls. I runs. Now, your turn to write one small challenge, write your own function based. It takes 2 parameters to kind of math with them and returns a result, calling it using 2 variables, not raw numbers, the print result. Bar. Benny Boo Art, what's up? What is going on? I'm just I figured I wanted to work on my game, but I need to kind of focus on like learning to code. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today, is trying to like kind of, I think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit, but it's just such a hard thing. At least I find it to be incredibly difficult. Feeble-minded man. Yeah, I figured it'd be a funny way to name it. It's not untrue. I feel like this is the hardest thing ever. I really do. You're about to witness some from the sheltered workshop. Yeah. Alright, so we have our function number adder, and then I'm going, before I do that, let me do function ready, and then we'll do var the result equals, and we're going to call that function number adder. We're calling that function. We're going to put in our number A, number B, and then we're going to print our number is, and then we're going to do, what is it, result. Right. So right here we have to do something with it. We call the function. So we're gonna do, I forgot what the assignment was. What was it? To just use 2 parameters. We're gonna do return, and I believe it said we can do simple calculations without. We can do pool number plus cooler number, and that's what it's going to return, I believe. Sounds awesome. I'd love to learn how to do that someday too. My brain finds it difficult to understand this stuff as well. Yeah, dude, it's so hard. I've been at the, dude, it's embarrassing how long I've been trying to understand this stuff. And I'm still struggling with like the most basic stuff. Like it's so embarrassing. And that's why I want to dedicate bigger blocks of time to it, because it's otherwise it's like um I'll just never put enough time to like get the hang of it. And like I said, my goal is to basically like obviously I mean, like the game is where it is because of Claude, and I'm trying to learn so I can like get away from that someday, or at least be competent enough to where I'm not just relying on that. So that's the goal. I decided today was like my day off, you know. So let's give it what I did here. So we got variable 10, variable 5, we put it in here, blah blah blah. This calls this number header, puts it in here. 10, 5. This does a simple calculation, returns it to result, and then we print our number is result. I think that's correct. So we did what it asked, used two variables for one function, right? Let's see what it says. Really close logic is exactly right. One small syntax piece missing looking at this line. Compare it to your earlier working functions. What always comes right at the very end of a function's signature line. After return type, what's missing there? Small syntax piece missing. Looking at this line. Oh, Jesus. With those two little dots. But thank you for the lurk, Benny Boo. I appreciate the lurk. So let's give it this. The syntax, that's... Dude, with my dyslexia, like... That's it, the colon at the end. That's exactly right. Let's check. Number A, 10, number 5, cooler, number 10, blah, blah, blah. 15, print. So the print statement outputs our number is 15. You've now built and correctly written on your own two parameter function, have done in line with return and call using the separate variables. No help needed on the logic, just the colon typo. That's genuinely solid progress from where you started with a single value passing. Keep stacking another concept on today. Let's do some prep. And then move on. Good idea. Lock it in with before stacking anything new. Rec 1, write a function. Okay. You'll be 10 years older after this stream, bro. You're not right. Well, yeah. I do really like that coding is like Legos, but man, is it rough. It's like I said, I'm just not cut out for it, so it just takes, instead of weeks, it takes months, years to gain proficiency in the simpler concepts. Oh, the T is strong. Write a function called multiply to... Okay, so... multiply 2 takes 2 int parameters. You need 2 functions, right? Or variables. Can I just do a letter for this? I will just do whatever, number, just to keep things really generic. Number A, int equals whatever. We'll go in var number b int equals 20. And what's it want from us? Multiply takes two parameters, returns the product. Multiply to, okay. So we'll do I wonder if you can do capitals. I wonder if that's like and then so we're gonna take now this is something that can be returned. Return. I said multiply, right? So I think they can be returned because we're not changing the variable. We're changing this. Two in parameters, return multiply together. Then call it using two variable. Wait, whoa. Two int parameters and returns their product multiply together. Then call it using two variables of your choosing and print the result. I'm not sure what it means by that. Call it using two variables. But once it's in there, you won't forget it anytime soon. At first, you can't see the forest through the forest from. I think I understand what you mean. Yeah, I think I will forget it. Like my mind is like very efficient at erasing things that are like of this sort. It's like delete. I just remember snippets of irrelevant things. Never anything useful. Okay, so multiply 2, and then we are calling that function, and we're gonna go number A, number B. It started to like slowly come together, but it's still, you know what I mean? Like things are slowly snapping in place, but maybe in 7 years I'll be able to like write like 80% of the code. And then we're gonna do, so we are calling it, and then it does the thing and returns the result, and then we go print result. No, yeah, print. We can't just do. I want to do. Our number is result. And it said two, it wants us to use two, call it from two variables. So I'm assuming var result multiply to, wait, result 1. Number A, number B. If this is correct, then I'm not sure that it is, but our number is print result 1. Let's check that. Is it? I wonder if this is what it meant. This is fully correct syntax wise, no errors. Colon there, math is right, nice. Clean rep. One thing worth noticing though, you called multiply 2 number A, number B twice with the exact same values both times, since nothing changes between those two calls. In a row. Not a bug, just worth asking. Was that duplication intentional, like testing that is consistent, or did you mean to try different variables the second time? What was I trying to do? Either way, quick question to check math landed instantly without tracing the what does 300 come from in your own? Wait. What was the first thing? Was that duplication intentional? No. Was it supposed to not duplicate it? I guess you'd want to do something more interesting, right? It said pass it through the same thing, so unless it meant like take this result. Yeah, I don't know how to take this result and turn it into something else, so I guess I could take result and then, yeah. The duplication was not intentional. You just don't know what else to do with it. Makes sense. You used up the idea and weren't sure where to take it next. Totally fair. Quick question to trace the question first. NA gets 15 and B gets 20 copied from number A and number B. Then NA times 300 handed back and stored in result. For wrap 2, let's give you something new to reach for instead of repeating the same call. Try calling multiply 2 the second time, but with different variables. Then before, make up 2 new ones. Okay, so it just means make up 2 new ones. Okay, fine. Number D int equals number A, B, C, D. Sorry, I had to embarrassing. We'll do 9. We'll do number C, number D. Nice. That's exactly it. Clean syntax, and now you're reusing the same function with 2 completely different pairs of variables, which is really the whole point of writing a function in the first place. Write the logic once, call it with whatever values you want. Quick trace check without me walking it. What do result and result hold? Result equals 300, as it said before. Result 1 equals, what's 8 times 9? Guys, I'm stupid. Is it 72 or something like that? Just do 8. Is it 72? Is this 8 times 9 72, guys? I don't remember. Both correct. You've now got a solid repeatable pattern locked in. Define a function with parameters, do math with those parameters, return result, and call it multiple times with different variables. Pairs get independent. That's generally code building block you'll use constantly going forward. Ready to stack something. Let's do something similar, but only use 2 var, and then do something with result because that's where I'm stuck. Good instinct to flag. What do I actually do with result besides just printing it? It's a great next question to explore. Here's the idea. Result variable isn't just for printing, since it holds a real value. You can use it like any other variable afterward. Sorry. A result. Here's the idea. Result variable isn't just for printing, since it holds a real value. You can use it just like any other variable afterwards. Right. That includes doing more math with it, passing into another function, or using it in an if condition. Let's try the specific combo using only two variables, like you said. Boom. Using number A and B, call multiply to number A, store it in result, like before, instead of printing result directly. Write a second line that takes result, adds 10 to store it. And adds 10 to store it, storing that in a new variable called bonus, print bonus. Give it a shot. This is the... Okay, I don't know. We'll just start and maybe it'll click. Bar number 8 int 15. Bar number B int equals 20. Function multiply to so far so good. Right, and then we can return because we're not changing a variable. Although I'm a little bit confused about why I had to have a return on a different line before, because this a simple calculation you can just return, but then I guess I'm a little fuzzy on that, like the difference between this and that. Return times and B okay. All multiply to the store it in var result. We'll call this function multiply to we need number A and then what we don't want is to print result. We want to do what did it say it wants us to do? Instead of printing result directly, write a second line that takes result do you just go like this, result, and then what? Result plus 10, and I'm sure I'm doing this wrong, plus 10 equals bonus? Bonus? And then print bonus. Well, I'm gonna submit this and have it just make fun of me. I'm not sure how to write that. Nice attempt, you got the right idea. Take result, add 10, store it somewhere new, but the assignment is backwards. Let's think about it the same way we did with return earlier. Remember, an assignment always reads like box name equals value that goes in the box. An assignment always reads like box name, blah, blah. The box name goes to the left, and what fills it goes to the right, like var healthy, health box is on the left, 20. What? Look at your line, result. Which side is the box? The thing meant to hold the value, and which side is the value going into the box. Try flipping it so it follows the same left-right pattern as so I'm like too dumb. The assignment always reads box name, value that goes in the box. So you have variable whatever, the number. The box name goes to the left, and what fills it goes to the right. Right? Okay. Alf, the box is on the left, 20 on the right. Look at your line. Right, box. What fills it is on the right. Which side is the box on? The thing meant to hold the value. Which side is the value going into the box? Try flipping it so it follows the same. But result is on the left and value on the right. Can you clarify? I see the mix-up. Let's clear it up. In your line, result plus 10. Yes, result is sitting on the left, but result isn't the box we're trying to fill here. Bonus is a brand new variable you're creating. So var bonus equals like so, question mark. Very close to logic is exactly right now. Var bonus equals result plus and correctly puts bonus as the box on the left. Right. Right, okay, so that does make sense. Okay. The calculation on the as the box on the left and the calculation on the right with variable in front since brand new. One small thing to flag. Look at that indentation. The indentation always throws me off. I'm never sure. Var bonus and print bonus are indented further than var result. Right. In GD script, indentation isn't a style. It tells Godot which block does the line belong to. All three lines are just plain statements inside ready, so they should all set the same indentation level. Want to fix it? Yes. Yeah. That's it. Clean and correctly indented now. Quick trace to confirm it lands. Number A, number B, 20. Multiply by 2. Well, multiply 2 returns 15. (15 times 20 equals 300. Result 300. Bonus equals 300 plus 10. Right, result is 300 plus 10. And it's 310. Yep. Slipknot fan, what's up, buddy? How's your night going? You just did something genuinely new here. Took a function's return value, held it into it in a variable, held onto it in a variable, and use that variable as an ingredient in further math, storing that in a second new variable. That's the real answer to what do I do with a result besides print it. A result is just a normal variable once you have it, so it can feed into anything downstream. More math, another function, call it an if check, whatever the logic calls for. I want to try one more rep using, yeah, give me another thing to do like this. Keep difficulty the same. The lab guy's great. Yeah, probably tonight I'm gonna work a little bit on the animation. I'm gonna clean up the animation a little bit later on, but I gotta put more time into the code. Like learning the code. Your task, get area using link. No. 36 Celsius in England? Dude, that's crazy. I think once it gets to like 32, that's when I like tap out. Yeah, dog, like 36 is crazy, dude. That's wild. Wow. I hope that's not like every year now. You know what? I hope England, I hope Europe isn't just getting blasted every year like that. That's so wild. 36. I like the rough around edges look of the characters. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it like, I'm not gonna smooth it out too much. I think I'm gonna keep it like kind of like this, so it looks a little bit cartoony, and have a harder edge on the outside and stuff, just to kind of keep things a little crispy. I was counting down the hours for the day to, bro. Yeah, you're like waiting for the sun to go below the horizon, like just like a vampire. You're just like inside waiting for the sun to like kind of go behind some trees so you can like stay alive for a little bit. Yeah, that's wild though. Call get area. Okay, so it gives them a unique look. I really like the overall look. I like where we're going with the look of the game. I think the characters should have this kind of look, the hard edge look, and then the buildings won't, and it'll be a little bit more realistic. And vampire stuff, dude, like legit, Europeans are like they're literally playing vampire all day. So they don't disintegrate, like when they go outside, the sun doesn't just disintegrate them. Okay, your task. All get area using length and width. Store it in a variable called area. Call get area using length and width. Okay, sorry, my brain is not braining. Get area using length and width. Store it in a very... Oh, it's getting like really fuzzy with how it's phrasing it. It's making the words a lot more Englishy. So I need... Okay, so we need var length. That's a hard word to spell. Length int. We'll do 5. Var width. int equals 8. Function call get. I'm assuming it means area. Subtract 5 from. Okay, so I think I still. Then we'll do L. A. No, L. We'll do. Length. What's a good way to phrase this? Not length, but what's another word for length? Measure. Measurement. A. Int. Measurement. Did I misspell that? I misspelled it, didn't I? Measure. What? No one that's me. I should not be trying to spell words that are that long, dude. Like, this is so embarrassing. Like watching me spell words. Measurement. Okay, I'm just gonna use Google. Sorry, my brain is too feeble. I can't. I'm just copying and pasting. Let's stick to little words, guys. Measurement. B. Int. Okay. And what does it want? And it wants us to subtract 5 from it. So we need to first store this, right? We need to have... Didn't I just do that? On. Not gonna... Yeah, we have to... So we would return... measure get area using length width, store it in a variable called area. So this is going to be measurement A. Do you, when you get an, what's it mean by get area? That's not just adding numbers, right? Measurement B. Like, you don't just add numbers. Speaking of vampires, I found a really cool fact. The first real vampire novel ever written was called Carmilla, released in 1872 by Irish author Sheridan Le Fanu. Carmilla is the main vampire. Interesting. And then we return this to... var, it said call it area, and then we call get, we'll find out if I did this wrong, get area length width. So we stored it in area, then we do area equals, so that's the new variable, area equals area minus 5. Print area. I'm 90% sure I didn't do that right. Future Whale says, what the? I've been playing Vampire the Masquerade today for the first time. It's so dope. Masquerade today. Vampire Masquerade. Interesting. Okay. So let's read that. Call get area using length width. To get area, you multiply though, right? You don't just add length and width. Yeah, you multiply. I think you multiply. So that would be what? 40 minus 5, and then it would print the area is. I'm just adding things so I can think through it. We go ready var area get area. We're putting 5 and 8. 5 8 times you get 40. That gets put into variable area minus 5 print area. I think I got it, but I don't know for sure that I got it. The craziest thing in Sheridan knew Bram Stoker. They both studied law at the same college, Trinity College in Dublin. Bram Stoker was inspired by Carmilla and wrote Dracula in 1890. Isn't that interesting? Good attempt. Logic mostly lands. Honestly, reusing area instead of making a new adjusted area still works. Oh, wait. Where would I use adjusted area? Like here? Like it wants me to use... Still works. Godot lets you reassign a variable to a new... Godot lets you reassign a variable to a new variable. Oh. Godot lets you reassign a variable to a new variable, so no error. There, just want to flag it, so it's a conscious choice. Tasks asked for a new variable called adjusted area. So we'll do, I think here, add adjusted area. Print adjusted area. I don't know if I need a var in front of that. What's missing? Oh, my, okay. Let's submit this, see what it says about this. Kamu Wamu, welcome! We're just learning some GD script. I need to tap into this. Colon fix one more thing to cache. Look at this line. Adjusted area. Since adjusted area is brand new variable that's never existed before. Okay, I knew it. What keyword do we always need right before new variable name? Same thing we talked about. Var adjusted area equals area minus 5, and then I'm just gonna put a question mark to let it know I'm not sure. That's exactly right. Full correct version. The reason Bram Stoker is more famous than Sheridan is that Bram's widow Florence was licensing Dracula for plays in theaters, so Dracula stayed more relevant than Carmilla. I mean, I do think Dracula kind of sounds more dramatic. It just kind of, it has like a more, it's got more oomph to it. Maybe it's just because that name just sounds scary. Yeah. Trace. Okay. You're consistently landing core pattern now. VAR requirement for new variables is really the only thing. Wait. VAR requirement for new variables is the only tripping you up. You're catching it faster each time I point at it. That's good progress. It's a solid batch of reps today. Once you keep going. Yeah, let's do that again in a different way. But difficulty same. Difficulty same. Yeah, let's do it. Guys, I'm gonna take a 3-minute break and I'll be right back. I am really excited that I feel like I'm starting to like catch this, like the core idea here, like the, you know, I feel like I'm starting to kind of get it, and then hopefully in a year, 2 years time, I'll be able to like write code like I say competently, like the way, you know, still not obviously great, but you know, enough to where I can like structure the code in the way that's going to be good. Anyway, give me a few minutes. I'll be. All right, I'll be honest with you guys. I bought a pack of cigarettes. I was stressed out and I needed to hook down a ciggy just now. Heard it's really good. We'll have to check it out. We'll have to watch it on the Discord, man. We'll have to check it out. Coolio, hello, Poros in chat. What are you working on today? I'm learning. Well, you get to see just how bad I am, Coolio. You get to experience just the awful dread that I have to go through. You'll see just how bad I am at coding. It's embarrassing. It really is. It's shameful, but this is where we're at. Man, was that Siggy good, though. Okay, your test. Call leverage. So, or get average using total score. var total score int equals 5 var num players int equals 10. Store it in a variable called average. We're gonna do box int n box int and let's not forget the 2 dots. It wants us to do what now? Store it in a then we're gonna return how do you get average of a number? How do you get an average of a number? What's it mean by that? Oh, what's the mathematical thing if I were to say get an average of 2 numbers? Is it add them and divide by 2? Is it T box plus is that how you, I think that's how you gotta have it, right? We're gonna return that and then we're gonna do function ready. Is the music done? 1 second. Oh, it is done. Yes, nice. Okay. Okay, function ready, and now what did it say to do? Store it in a variable called average. Var average. And we're gonna call that function get average. We're gonna put our total score num players. This has to be painful for Coolio because, like, it's like watching someone play a game you're really good at. Try to, like, crawl. And then we have our new, since we already declared that variable, we don't have to do it. Average. I'm not like that. No, it is like that for me. Like you ever like hand the controller over to your friend and you're like, bro, this is like painful to watch. Like I can't watch you do so badly. It actually like it's painful. So we have average equals average, since we stored that value, times 2 multiplied by 2, storing that new variable called doubled average. Oh. Actually, I'm watching on mobile, so I can't read whatever you're typing. Gotcha. Don't worry, I have to say it. I have to say it out loud, like reading. Otherwise, I can't. So average times 2 gives us. I would say that I have to declare the doubled average is a variable. Is a right? I have to say it. I have to say that it's a variable. I'm really not sure if I'm doing this right. Because if I never said doubled average was a variable and we're creating a new variable here right now instead of this function, I have to say that it's a variable, right? Well, we'll see what it says. I might be doing it wrong. Take average multiplied by 2, storing that new variable called double average, and then print we'll just do doubled average. I think I did the bar thing incorrectly. Oh no, why did I put an equal sign there? I think I should, never mind. Good effort, let's fix a couple things one at a time. Look at your function body. The task asked for division. As for division, score divided by players, and only inside the function plus or divide to extra math compared to the setup I gave you. Oh. Or divided by. Second, look at this line. Bar equals extra, yeah. Right after it doesn't belong. Remember pattern for bebe 5 minutes ago? It's variable, then name bebe, then value try. Okay, so we don't need this second. We don't need this. Both fixed correctly. Clean division in the function. and the var doubled average. Line now follows exact right left pattern. One thing worth noticing here, since it's a neat gotcha in programming, the t-box divided by n-box is 5 divided by 10. Since both are declared as whole numbers, Godot does integer division, meaning it drops any decimal. Instead of giving you 0.5, so 5 divided by 10, actually evaluates to 0, not 0.5 point. That makes average 0, doubled average 0. Okay, not a mistake on your part. This is just a quirk of int math. Is genuinely useful to know exist, since it can silently cause bugs later. Calculating percentages or averages and getting 0 when you expect a decimal. Want me to show you the fix for that using float? Yes, show how float would work. Good question. Let's break it down plain English first. Int variables can only hold whole numbers, no decimals allowed ever. So when you divide two ints, Godot has nowhere to put a decimal, even if its real answer has 1. Even if the real answer has 1, it just chops it off. 5 divided by 10 should be 0.5, but since both sides are int, Godot throws away 0.5 and just keeps 0. Float is a different variable type. It's allowed to hold decimals. If either side of division is a float, Godot keeps the decimal instead of chopping it. Here's the fix applied to your snippet. I changed the functions parameters types. Functions parameters and return type from int to float, and the outer variables too. So this is float. Now, right. Comment style rundown to paste as notes. Floats allow decimals. Decimals kept not drop. Small thing to notice, I wrote 5.0 instead of 5. Why do you think that decimal point matters when declaring a float, even for a value that looks like a whole number? Because it, what did it say it was? A float turns it into a, because it's a decimal number now. Exactly, 0 is what tells Godot this is a float type value, even though it looks whole. If you wrote var total score float 5, no decimal point, Godot would actually still accept it and quietly convert it to 5.0 behind the scenes, since you declared the type as a float. But writing 5.0 yourself makes it clear and intentional. So it's a good habit to always write decimal points when you mean for something to be a float. That's a nice add-on concept for today. Int versus float division on top of everything else we drilled, passing variables into single double parameters functions, return needing one clean value, chaining results into further math with new variable. Now the int float distinction, solid session. Want to keep going? Yes. Give me another one like this with a float. One more, same shape. This time you write it from scratch using float. Here's a setup. Var distance float equals 15.0. Var time float equals 4.0. Func get speed function get speed d is a float, e is a float, return t. Oh yeah, return d, which is a float, divided by 4. Function ready. Var speed call get speed distance and time. Store it in a variable called speed. We're gonna speed. We're gonna go call get speed distance time. Right, and then now we have it in our speed. We have that in our speed, that distance divided by time as a float. We have that there in our variable. Take speed and add. Now we do speed equals speed. Plus 3.5. Var boosted speed. Taking speed, which is distance divided by time, plus 3.5. Storing in boosted speed, print boosted speed. Pay attention to keeping everything float this time, decimal points included. I think I got everything. Are we winning? We're trying to win. That's completely correct. Clean syntax, proper float typing throughout, right pattern for extra math setup. Quick trace confirm. 15 divided by 4, 3.5 is speed. Speed, and then 3.75 is what the quick trace. Okay. 15 divided by 4, 3.75 And that goes into speed. Boosted speed equals 3.75. No corrections needed that on that one. You wrote it fully on your own decimals and all. It's a really solid sign. Float in distinction, the whole function. Store result, use result in more math. A good chunk of ground covering today's single and double parameter functions. Return rules, changing results into new variables. Int float division. Want to keep. Okay. We divided D and T. So 15 divided by 4 is 3.75. That goes into speed. Then speed plus it should be speed plus 3.5. Oh yeah, 3.75 plus 3.5 equals 7.5, and then print boosted speed. Okay. I think I got it. I think I'm at the limits of my brain power here. Okay, more like this, please. One more, same shape, this time with subtraction on the second step. Total. Total weight. Number boxes. Number of boxes, 5. As a float function. Get weight per box. Okay. Weight per box. W load. That's where our weight will go. Float. And then N float. Return. W divided by weight divided by N, which will be the boxes. Number of boxes function ready. Your task, same pattern. Call get weight per box using total weight, number of boxes stored in the variable. Stored in the variable weight each. And then we call get weight per box. We put in our parameters. Total weight. Number boxes. And then that goes in there. It's going to return weight divided by number of boxes. Then we do weight each equals weight each 1.2. Oh. See what it says. Good structure, right? Just two small typos to catch, both spelling related this time. See if you can spot them. Total weight. Low. Lot. Adjusted weight. Fully correct now. Both typos fixed. Trace 22 divided by 5, 4.4. So these two numbers go in here. We call this function. They go 5, 22, 5 divided by 22, 4.4, returns to what called it, weight each. So weight each is now holding 4.4. Weight each minus 1.2 goes into adjusted weight, print adjusted weight. Right. Let me take a quick little break. I'm just going to take a break from that nightmare and just work on my animations for a little bit. Because I need a break from that. before my brain actually like explodes. Looks like we do have a bit of a holiday scented soap. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat for a minute. I was hyper focused. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I do hate that it remembers the pixels that had like opacity, and it doesn't, they don't turn into a solid color later on. They just stay as opaque, you know. I don't like that really. Control C, B. Oh, I hate when it does that. I select something and then it just creates a new frame. Not sure why that looks so weird. This makes sense. I just don't like how much Control C. It'd be like more like here, right? Hair will move up a little bit. And it just needs to be pushed 1 pixel back. trying to get as many of the frames to look like the other frames as I can. Before, that way I get rid of like the obvious stuff. Like this little bit of cleanup here doesn't, that's just... I almost like made it worse. There's a few frames that are so off it looks worse now. With the head turning. I gotta slow down and figure out why that's happening. Obviously, like these artifacts and stuff are not gonna be there, but why is it changing so much? Each one of those frames like changes a little bit. We need to take this, Control C, Control V, then Control V. Okay. Now I need one. Oh. I just need to get rid of these little artifacts. I like his little glasses. I think that gives his character a lot of distinction. Yeah, I do. I think he looks great. He looks great. Thank you. Yeah, I think as a character, I want to kind of keep all the characters kind of like this. This kind of look to them. Okay, so this is where the head turns. That first turn. And that's what I need to fix this frame and then copy this frame onto all the other frames. Does it look like his head is the same shape when it rotates? That is the question. That's interesting. Why is that like that? It's really cool to get to see your process on this. Yeah, I'm doing it in a very not probably like how people would do it today. Like frame by frame is not a super good idea because it's like simply because down the road, if the game ever needs to be expanded, I have to build out all new characters. But other than that, little flaw. Other than that, but to be honest, I tried the other way too, and it was like kind of off. Like it was kind of hard to like. All of them are kind of hard, except some are better setups for the future. But we'll see how much of an issue it is. Well, whatever. I'm not super concerned about being super efficient. Since this is more of a passion project. Like the process, I do love doing this stuff. I really enjoy seeing things come together. Takes a while though. It's definitely like a it takes a lot longer than what it seems like it could possibly take. Like really takes a while to get anything working. Coolio shiny, yeah. I'm sure like somebody that's experienced would, you know, things would be going fast because I'm like learning everything and it's got to be like so. That's the thing about the frame by frame stuff is you gotta like spend a lot of time cleaning stuff up. Oh wait, he moved his set. Never mind. Wait, what happened? Why is he doing that? His head. One, two. There's like a weird frame in there. It looks nice and fluid, yeah. Trying to iron it out. Actually gotta go back, and the first idle animation still needs work also. There's just certain pixels that don't need to be moving, you know? I'm sure there's like a more efficient way to do this, but I only know this way. I think when he turns his head, the light on his glasses should not, it like stays in the same place, but it actually needs to be, and it actually needs to move over. It needs to like kind of, you know how when mirrors turn, like the light kind of stays in the same place. I think that's what I need to do. Also when he turns his head. It's starting to look less freakish. His head is like turning with it, and it's starting to come together. Just a lot of like little things to fix up. Getting the initial thing down was easy. It's like getting it to look kind of not horrible. You know, you can still see some like pixels that are like kind of floating, and you just gotta very carefully go through everything. And so it feels like there should be another like pixel layer on the back of his head. I feel like when he turns, it kind of gets flatter. Sometimes you do see that, but it feels wrong. It doesn't feel right. Feels like there should be another layer. Yeah, like that right there. Copy that over to the other frames. Control C, Control E. Oops. Starting to get there. Actually need to build out a zone for testing, a scientist testing zone. If I have many of them, I can see the animations a little bit easier. I haven't actually like done anything in here in a while in terms of redesigning anything. Kind of just been having the same room. I wanted to kind of build out a. I haven't done it in a while ago. What did I do? How did I put these tiles down? It's been like a minute. Is this how? Oh, I gotta go to yeah, I gotta go to walls maybe, and then do. That's how you delete them. Okay, let's do walls. Kind of quickly when I'm thinking about once you get these assets kind of ready to go, you can kind of build out the levels however you want, you know. How did I bring in new scientists? Don't know if I'm doing it right. I had this idea also of making a I forget what like the real way. I'd have to like look it up. I haven't done it in a while. It, I probably need to also organize my units into different folders, so they're not all existing units are not in the exact same kind of. Let's save that really quick. I gotta go in order for this to be walkable, I gotta do something, but I forgot what. It's something to do with the this thing. And this thing is finicky, man. This thing is finicky. This is a floor space that tells our little guys where they can and can't go. So we'll save that, and then you gotta go. Sometimes it doesn't work though, so you gotta do clear navigation polygon, bake, save, and then it'll work. Huh? They're all sliding away from each other. That's so funny. I don't know why that's happening. And they just go through. Oh, they do have block. Okay. That's so funny. They're sliding away from each other. I'll figure that out later, but that's fine. I want to do like a room, and then I'll have a bunch of scientists. That way I can track their animations a little bit better. Because I don't want to have to wait for that like one guy to do the animation. I'm gonna do scientist test zone, or like put like hazard stripes here. I think I need a tile for hazard stripes for sure. Oh, the game crashed. Did the game? Oh, the game did crash. Also funny. Probably you could. I put the script for the crawlers into the scientist to get the animations going, and it's probably has some kind of an issue. But it looks cool though, you know. Okay. Guys, I think I'm gonna go for tonight. I think I'm done streaming for now. I'm gonna go practice some more code and stuff. I'll probably be back tomorrow or something, but I think I'm done for tonight as far as streaming. Ad Forest, thank you. Yeah, but I think I made good progress. I just wanted to practice code, and I'll probably do that a little bit later tonight. I just need my brain to kind of, I need to go watch a show or something, and then come back to it. Because that was like lifting weights for half an hour of start or whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching my super boring game development. Well, I don't think it's boring. I love it. I really love this stuff. Once I get good at coding, that's gonna be awesome. And stuff is gonna start coming together. But I just really like this whole process. Even as complicated as it is, it's and it's more complicated than like you think it's gonna be like complicated, and then it's like way more complicated than you thought. Like it just keeps expanding. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get out of here for the night. I'll be back sometime. But I do want to say that I'll probably be streaming this more often because I do want to like get a move on this whole project. It's been like just neglected and not moving forward. I need to put bigger blocks of time into it to kind of keep it moving and stuff like that. So I'm probably going to be focused on this and like the coding stuff too. Coding streams where I try to learn. I know it's a big diversion, but I just kind of want to start moving on this thing and stuff like that. I don't want it to kind of be in the background, just like slowly chipping away like an hour a day. That's gonna take the rest of my life to get nowhere. So I think that's kind of how I'm gonna do it. Oh, by the way, thank you for the follow, stuff like that. But yeah, next time I'll be more. And it is exhausting. I will say, like doing the little bit of coding practice, it just my brain is just blasted. I mean, like it immediately just exhausts my brain cells from working. So I'm gonna go watch a show and I'll keep working on this tonight. I wish you guys a great rest of your day. I'm not gonna raid out. I'll see you guys some other